we're starting late today. Some technical difficulties. Let's see if we're visible, and we're back in the park. I have a support group as usual. Not sure to what extent they're visible, but they're behind me. And we're starting in a few seconds.
We're ready, Julia.
I know, I'm ready too.
Вот куда? Меня же не видно. Вот куда двигается? Нет, она все двигается за ней. Вот туда.
Let's see if we're visible.
Ну, то есть я вообще не там.
Let's begin in standing once again. Nobody's joining us yet. We're just taking some deep breaths. Grounding. Feeling the floor, the mat, the ground under our feet. Growing tall. Lengthening the spine, relaxing the shoulders. Tucking the tailbone just slightly to keep the hips in the neutral position. Lift the shoulders to the ears, inhale. Squeeze them around the ears and exhale, roll them back and drop them down. Chin parallel to the ground, feel the length, feel the rising out of the crown of the head. Close the eyes and take some deep breaths. Inhale to draw the air in as if it's flowing in through the crown of the head and flowing all the way down to your root, to the base of your spine, base of your torso. Pull in that pelvic floor, pull in the belly slightly, hold, and then exhale, letting the air slowly come out, rising, 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 leaving out of the crown of the head. Pausing at the end of that exhale, relaxing the pelvic floor and the belly, and then draw another deep inhale. Again, filling up the lungs, the belly, all the way down to the root. Contracting the pelvic floor, the belly, pulling in, and then exhaling slowly. Letting the air slowly flow out from bottom to top. And drawing in once again. Inhale. Filling up all the way down to the base of the spine. Contracting the pelvic floor and the lower belly, keeping the shoulders and the face relaxed. And exhale completely. And take a couple of breaths, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out of the mouth. Once again, inhaling through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. And then feet together, toes touch. Heels are slightly open. Inhale, reach the arms up. Connect them above your head. Inhale, deep, look up. Gentle back bend, pushing the hips forward. And as you exhale, swan diving forward, you can bend the knees if you need to for a first forward fold. Separate the feet hip width apart, soften the knees, drop the head, catch both elbows, and stay here swaying side to side. Taking deep breaths. Deep inhales through the nose, complete exhales. Then release the arms, let them just hang like a rag doll, shaking out the head yes and no. Nodding it, loosening the head, and hang here for a few breaths, just focusing on the gravity taking you down low. Shifting the weight into the front of the feet, then in the back. Couple more deep breaths. And next inhale, we're going to start dropping the hips down, keeping the belly close to the thighs, just squatting down, gentle squat, lifting the gaze, inhale, exhale, take it back down to forward fold, straightening. Inhale, drop the hips, lift the gaze, look up, Exhale, drop down, forward fold, straightening the legs, drop the head. Couple more times. Inhale, drop in the hips, lifting the gaze. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, drop the hips, lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Hang out here, a few more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Soften the knees. Inhale, roll all the way back up to standing. Roll the shoulders out. Stand tall. Inhale here. Exhale. Next inhale, reach the arms up. You're going to hook the palms together. Palms are open, facing the front. Inhale here. Exhale over to your right. Lengthening both sides of the waist. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the left. We have that swamp bird again. I can hear it. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the other side. And keep going like this. Inhale center. Exhale over to the right or left, wherever you're going. Inhale center. Exhale one side. Inhale center. Exhale the other side. Couple more times like this. Inhaling center. Exhaling over. See if you can deepen those side bends. One last time. Inhale center. Exhale over. Inhale center. Exhale over. And stay right here in the center. Feet hip width apart. Arms shoulder width apart. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the elbows 90 degrees. Baby back bend. Exhale. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, let's take a forward fold. Swan dive once again. Keeping the legs as straight as you comfortably can. Deep forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Palms on the shins. Look forward. Lengthen the spine from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Lift those kneecaps, energize the quads, and step back into downward dog. Lift those heels off the ground, lift the tailbone. And as you exhale, right heel down, left knee bends. All breath, all attention into that right calf, right hamstring, right hip. Inhale, both heels up, tailbone high. Lift once again, just lift, lift, lift. Exhale, left heel down, right knee bends. And hang out there for a few breaths, just one heel pressing into the ground. And then you can shift side to side a few times. Remember to keep those deep breaths flowing. Set both heels down, even out your chest, make it nice and aligned, straight. Lengthen through the arms, through the shoulders, let the chest melt, drop the head. And gaze down towards your thighs. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale deep. As you exhale, constrict the throat slightly. Send the breath to the back of the throat. 2. Last one. Next inhale, shift the weight forward, coming into plank. Finding our plank, nice and straight line. Shifting slightly forward, then back. Taking a few rocking movements like this, front and back. Shifting forward, chest moves forward over the hands. Exhale, pushing back with your heels. One more time, inhale. Keep those thighs energized, belly energized, and then stay in the neutral plank. Take a deep, deep, deep inhale. Open the space between the shoulder blades, and as you exhale, slowly with control, come all the way down to the ground. Release. Bring those fingertips in line with the center of your chest. Drop the forehead down. Take a deep breath here. You can actually bring the chin down or the forehead, anything that works well. Roll the shoulders back and start slowly peeling off the ground. First, into baby cobra. Just lifting up halfway, focusing on moving those shoulders back, as little weight in the hands as possible. Keeping that lower back long, keeping it relaxed, lifting with the upper back. And then pressing into the ground, lifting up into full cobra. Rolling the shoulders back once again, opening the chest, lifting the gaze, relaxing the glutes in the lower back. Taking a deep, deep inhale here. And exhale, roll over to one side. Our favorite, look over one shoulder. And gentle hip flexor and oblique opener. Inhale back to center, exhale over to the other just keep lengthening, then forehead down. And stay here for a few breaths, rocking side to side, gently massaging the hip joints. Forehead rolling on the ground, massaging the forehead. Another deep breath, inhale and exhale. And slowly push it back to all fours, cat-cows. Neutral, all fours position. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the crown of the head and the tailbone. Gazing up, exhale, contract. Tuck those hips, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone and the crown of the head. Exhale, contract. 2 more times, just like this. The whole spine moving, inhaling, opening up, exhaling, contracting. Last time, inhale, drop the belly down. Open the chest, shoulders back, tailbone lifts. Exhale, contract everything. And let's go ahead and roll the spine, taking full circles with your belly. And the rest of the spine follows. The head can also move with that rotation. Kind of moving as the natural extension of the rest of the spine. Remember to keep the breath flowing with that. And reverse direction. Slowing down, one last rotation here. Back to neutral spine, another favorite. I know we like this one. So rotating with a gentle push-up, just our chest going around. Or the chest is going around in the biggest circle and the rest of the body follows. And remember to keep the breath flowing. We're warming up our triceps, our arms, and shoulders, rotating the other way. Again, no particular way of doing it, just any way that works. What we're trying to do we're trying to draw a circle with the chest and bring it as close to the ground as we can without touching. One more time, just like this. Back to neutral position, extend the right leg back, rotate the ankle a few times, waking up that ankle. One way then the other. Extend the opposite arm and hold. Just breathe and hold. Lengthen from the fingertips to toes. Breathe, 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 breathe. And bend the back leg. Flex the foot. Energize through the glute. And do a few pumps. Going up and down, just energizing. And start reaching that back arm towards the foot. If we can connect, great. If not, just stay here and reach. If you're connecting, stretch. Catch the ankle or catch the heel. Lengthening from the crown of the head again. Stretching through the hip flexor and shoulder. And exhale, release. Take a moment here, round up the spine, inhale. Exhale, shift the weight forward, thighs come to the ground, hips, belly, chest, and chin. Take a deep inhale and exhale on the ground. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale into cobra once again, lifting and lengthening. Opening up through the heart and chest. And lower down halfway, take the hands off the ground, reach them back. Lifting just with the upper back, lift the feet, connect. Stay here, maybe interlace fingers and squeeze shoulder blades. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, lifting even higher, 2, and 1. Release, push it back to child's pose. Connect toes, open knees. And take some deep breaths in child's pose, maybe rocking side to side once again. Like you're breathing with your whole lower back, mid back, upper back, lengthening. One last deep breath here. And let's lift it back up, throw force, tuck toes, lift back into downward dog. Hang out here for a few breaths. Lengthening through the chest, through the spine, lowering those heels down, taking more weight into the feet. Inhale, shift forward into plank. Find a really straight spine. Inhale. Shift forward on the toes, back, pushing the heels into the back. And a couple more times, shifting back and forth. With breath. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up into cobra. Opening up the chest. And let's exhale around the back. Return right away into all fours, finding the neutral tabletop, extending that left leg back. Roll out that ankle, going one way. And then in the opposite direction. Palms are right under the shoulders, then energize and stretch out through the legs, spread the toes out and extend the opposite arm. Make it nice and long, and just hold and feel that length from the fingertips to toes. Few more breaths just holding. Bend that back leg, flex the foot, and pump it up. Energizing, just feeling that glute contracting as you try to lift that leg a little higher. Keep the hips squared off, and then start reaching the front arm back. See if you can connect it. Maybe catch the heel, maybe the ankle, the edge of the foot, anything that works. If you can't connect, just stay and keep reaching back. Wherever you are, feel the opening through the shoulder, through the hip if you're stretching, or just work to get it there. And then exhale, let it go. Let's take one more child's pose. Connect toes, open knees, drop that down. 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, melt. Letting go, sinking deep into the gravity, into the ground. And slowly back to a horse, touch toes, and back down to downward dog. Bringing those feet together, so make those feet touch each other in the back of the mat. Inhale, right leg slowly rises up. First, just flex the foot, make it parallel to the ground. Soften the chest once again, and inhale, see if you can lift it higher. Reaching all the way up, lengthening. And bend the knee, drop the heel to the opposite hip, twisting the hips out to the right. Shoulders stay aligned, facing forward. Inhale, we extend that leg. Exhale, flex the foot, turn the hips out to the right. Like you're sitting in a straddle on the ground, but it's really one leg up in the air. Then realign the hips once again. Rotate that right leg inwards. Square off the hips. Reach that leg even higher. Exhale, start bringing the knee towards the chest, towards the belly, then towards the chin, towards the nose. Shifting the weight forward, hovering in 3-legged plank. Shifting so the chest is right over the hands, and lower the leg almost all the way down, then lift, tucking in. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it back to 3-legged downward dog once again, extending that leg, inhaling. And then as you exhale, take it forward between the hands. So finding your way into lunge, drop that back knee down, top of the foot, lift the chest, open up that heart. Opening through the hip flexor again, through the hips. Maybe extend the arms back if that feels natural, feels good. Opening up through the chest. Drop that right hand down, left arm reaches over that left ear. Curving the spine to the right. Inhale to the other side. Left hand down, right one over the ear. Lengthening, curving. Inhale back to center. Shift the weight back. Tuck the toes and the back hips are floating over the back heel. Walk those hands forward. Lift the chest. Exhale, cascade down over the front leg, belly, chest, and forehead. Once again, around the back, lift. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, belly, chest, and forehead down. One last time, that same wave-like motion. rising up, exhaling, lowering down, and stay here for 3 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Shifting the weight forward into the front leg, tucking the toes, lifting that back knee. Let's rise up for high lunge, finding our balance. Connect the palms, cross the thumbs in the back, inhale, reach. Exhale, lower that back knee down, bend the elbows, bring those arms behind the head. Lower down almost to the ground, but not quite. Then straighten that back leg, straighten the arms. Take them back to the back of the head, back of the ears. Exhale, lower down, same way, but lowering that knee almost to the ground, palms behind your head. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down, almost to the ground, palms behind the head. Inhale, lift up. One last time. Exhale, lower down, almost to the ground. Inhale, lift up. Make sure front knee stays at 90 degrees. Open up those arms once again, reaching back. Open them out to the sides. Rotating the palms up, opening the chest. Exhale, interlace fingers behind us, open up. Breathe, lifting the gaze up, squeezing shoulder blades. Exhale as you release, reach the arms forward. Make one angle from the heel, or one line from the heels to the palms. Inhaling deep here, exhaling palms to the ground, framing the foot, press the left hand down, right one rises up for a twist. Looking up towards that ball, maybe turning both feet to the right side so they both come to the right edge, to the outer edge. Rotating the chest open, feeling the stretch through the right hip. Hand can be on the hip or opening up, deepening your twist. Inhale here, exhale, rotate forward, rotate the feet. Take an inhale, looking forward. Exhale, step back into plank. Inhale at the top of the plank. Exhale, drop that left knee down, turn to your right for modified side plank. So one option is to stay here. The other option is to make the feet in a scissor stance, so stagger them. And the last option is stacking the feet, and we're ultimately lifting that right arm up. Staying, 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 lifting through the hips, through the waist. Reaching up and lengthening. Then taking that right arm over the ear, lengthening even more. Taking the gaze to the palm, and exhale, place yourself back into plank. Inhaling at the top of the plank, shifting the weight forward. Now if you like, instead of coming down all the way, you can come halfway down on the exhale. The Chaturanga Dandasana, elbow height, or you can go all the way down. Roll over the toes if you're coming up to upward dog, so that just the tops of the feet are on the ground. Inhale, exhale, rolling back to downward dog. Bring the feet together and rest for a couple breaths. Heels to the ground, lengthening through the chest. Dropping that head down, lengthening through the spine. 3, 2, and 1. Left leg slowly rises high. First, just reaching back at about 90-degree angle, and then lift it higher once you feel like it. Stay here for a moment. Start bending that left knee, left heel to the right hip, twisting out to the side slightly. Chest space squares off. 3 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Straighten those hips once again. Realign, then flex the left foot and turn the hips out to the left. Like you're doing a straddle on the ground with your legs wide open. Inhale deep, exhale, rotate to square off the hips once again. Lengthen the chest, the arms, the shoulders. Start bringing the knee towards the chest and the belly. Exhale, all the way forward into 3-legged plank. Knee tucked close towards the chin, and then lower it almost the way down, and tuck and lift. 8 more times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that leg back to 3-legged downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, take it forward. Help yourself any way you can. Bring the foot between the hands in the front. The left foot is in the front. Hello lunge. Dropping the back knee, top of the foot down. Lifting out of it, rolling the shoulders back. You can stay with the hands down or not. Take a moment here, then we're taking it to the left side. Left hand on the ground, right one reaches over the right ear, curving the spine to the right. Feel how that opens the right hip flexor, the right side. Breathe. And then over to the other side. Couple more breaths right there. Inhaling back to center. Inhale, look up, and exhale, shift the weight back, tap the toes, hips are floating over the back heel, front foot flexes, bring those palms down or fingertips down any way you can. Inhale, looking forward, exhale, start cascading down, belly, chest, and forehead over the leg. Once again, around the spine, lifting out, head rises left, exhale, belly, chest, and chin or forehead down. Last wave, round the back, slowly lifting up, chest, and then head left. And then exhale, belly, chest, and forehead down. Stay for 3 breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Shifting the weight forward, tucking the toes, lifting that back knee, preparing to rise up high. Squaring up here, interlacing or connecting the palms and crossing the thumbs, the other thumb on top, the non-dominant one. Square up the hips and shoulders. As you exhale, drop the knee down. Bend the elbows, opening it up the chest even more, palms behind the head. Inhale, straighten, extend the arms. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, straighten, extend. Exhale, rebend. Head knees almost to the ground. 2 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, come all the way down, almost to the ground. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, come down. Now straighten the back leg and the arms, but keep the front knee bent. 90 degrees, separate the palms. Lengthen out of the root of the spine, all the way up, through the crown of the head, through the arms, through the fingers, back leg straight. Then rotate the chest open up the palms, look up. Inhale deep, exhale, hands behind you. The non-dominant thumb in the front. Interlace fingers if you can. Open up the chest, look up. Breathe. Exhale, shift those arms gradually forward, making one line. I think I may have forgotten to come down here. Exhale, right palm down. Left arm rises up. Take a twist. Opening up the chest to the left. And you can add a deepening element here. Turn both feet to the left, to the outer edge. Feel the opening through the left hip. Be gentle. Since it's the first one, hips are often tight. Opening up through the chest, reaching that left arm back. Inhaling. Exhale, turn to face the front. Inhaling, looking forward. Exhale, step back to plank. Finding our plank and drop the right knee down. Exhale, turn to your left side. Left arm reaches over the ear. Opening up, preparing for side plank. We're going to then work on our feet, either staggering them, one behind the other, or stepping or stacking them, one on top of the other. Ultimately lifting that left arm up, extending through the chest. From fingertips to at the top to the wrist down on the ground, opening up, lifting through the waist and hips, and taking 3 more deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Arm over the ear, inhaling, lengthening. Exhale, turn to face the ground. Top of the push-up plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, level of the elbows. Hover. Inhale, upward dog cobra, and exhale, downward dog. Finishing up our first long vinyasa. Feet hip width apart, heels down to the ground. Lengthen to through the chest and breathe. 3, 2, 1 last deep breath. And 1. Inhale, lift heels, bend the knees, belly belly to the sides, hover over the ground for a moment, push back, and then see if you can take a small hop forward, either to the middle or all the way to the front. Hanging out on forward fold. Any forward fold you like, elbows or hips to elbows. Or hug those legs, stay nice and deep in the forward fold. And then inhale, arms to sides, lift all the way to standing, connecting the palms over your head. Gentle back bend, maybe a slightly deeper one than before. And then exhale, arms to sides, return to standing. Roll the shoulders out, take a couple deep breaths. If you'd like a water break, let's do a little quick water break. It's kind of dry here today, even though we're surrounded by water. Let me check visibility. I think visibility is okay. So we'll do another little vinyasa, starting with the chair pose. We're going to work in our quads for a moment. So come to the top of your mat. Together. Wait for everyone to find their way back. Yeah, breathe. Rise tall through the crown of the head. We're going to start bending those knees, sweeping the arms up around the ears. Just come into a regular chair pose first. Look down towards the feet, wiggle the toes. Weight is on the heels, and we can see the toes. Now lift the gaze nice and high. Lift the chest. As you exhale, swing those arms back. Squeeze shoulder blades, lift the heels off the ground. Drinking bird. Stay here for a moment. Exhale, swing it back up. You can connect the palms. Lift the chest, keep the bend in the knees. Exhale, swing it back. Drinking bird. Lift those heels. Squeeze shoulder blades, lift the fingertips. Exhale, drop down. Lift the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, swing the arms back. Heels lift. Chest forward. Gaze forward. Weight in front of you. Exhale, drop the heels. Inhale, lift the arms. Couple more times. Exhale, swing those arms back. Lift the heels if you can. Balance. Drinking bird once again. Exhale, drop the heels. Lift up. Last time. Now, actually, exhale, swing it back. Lift the heels. Drop the heels. Inhale, hold for 3 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, straighten both legs, baby back bend, feet hip width apart, bend the elbows 90 degrees. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Forward fold, reaching the crown down. Inhale, palms on the chest, lift halfway up. Exhale, hop or walk back to plank. So now we'll go to our push-ups. We can do them with the knees on the ground, just going up and down, or full push-ups. So we won't go too crazy. We'll just do maybe 5 or 6. But let's go. And 5, 4. You can do more. You're welcome. 2, and 1. Stay at the top. Inhale. Exhale. Shift the weight forward. And come all the way down, either to the ground or to elbow height. Exhale. Inhale. Upward doggy fold. Exhale, back to downward. Heels down on the ground. Stay. Inhale, right leg rises high. Reach it up and lengthen. Stay with that leg lifting as high as you can. Exhale, start bending the knee. Take it forward to the nose. Tuck it in. 3-legged plank. Inhale, push it back up. Exhale, right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, push it back up. Exhale, left knee to the left elbow. Tucking in, taking the weight forward. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, right foot between the hands. Stepping it down. Turning the back foot slightly out to the side. Setting it a few inches to the side. So our hips are aligned. Square our shoulders and hips. Lift the arms. Square off and hold. Maybe connect the palms. Breathe. Sit nice and low here. 90-degree angle in the front knee. 3, 2, And one, hands to the heart, inhale, exhale, shift the weight forward into the standing leg, and let's come to a balance. Arms reaching back, reaching out of the crown of the head and the foot. There's Danhinga, there's the bird. Back, or we're back. If you like, you can tilt forward even deeper, lifting the leg higher. We're going to slowly reach back, set the foot back down, rising back up in warrior one, inhale. Exhale, quarter turn to your left, open it up to warrior two. Bend the front knee, nice and deep, 90-degree angle. And hold here for 3 deep breaths. Shoulders align over the hips, gaze over the middle finger of the front hand, not reaching forward too far, staying right in the middle. 2, and 1. Straighten the front leg. Left hand reaches down, the right one above your head. Reverse triangle. Lifting the gaze, looking up. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale here, exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm over the ear. Stay here or right hand down to the ground, maybe on the fingertips. Rotating the chest open, looking up to that palm at the top. And 3 deep breaths here. So reach that arm forward over the ear, framing your ear. There we go. Turn the palm so it faces towards you, towards your body. Pinky finger down. Very good. Hips as low as you can. And exhale, turn down to face the ground. Take an inhale, look forward. Exhale as you step back to plank. Inhale at the top of the plank. And again, 5 or 6 more push-ups with knees down or up. And let's go. And let's do 6. 5, or I'm saying 5 or 6, so let's actually do it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Top of the plank, inhale, exhale, shift forward. Next exhale will take yourself all the way down. Take a little break, just gentle cobra. Inhaling, lifting up, opening up the chest and shoulders. And exhale, push back into downward dog any way that works. Feet together, hang out here. Taking 2 more deep breaths. And 2. And 1. Left leg rises high. Reach it up towards the sky. Square off the shoulders, square off the hips. Energize through that leg. Exhale, knee to the nose. Come to a hover. 3-legged plank. Inhale, push it back up. Exhale, knee to the left elbow, to the left triceps. Taking it forward. Inhale, push it back up. Exhale, knee to the right triceps. Inhale, push it back up. Exhale, take that foot forward, set it down between the hands. Right foot steps out slightly to the side and turns out a few degrees, just about 10 degrees out. Slowly rise up. Square up hips and shoulders. Hold that warrior one first. Make sure that you have a 90-degree angle in the front. Thighs parallel to the ground. Back leg as straight as you can. Outer edge of the foot is pressing into the ground. Breathe. Breaths are flowing. Exhale, hands to heart. Shifting the weight forward into the standing leg. Finding our balance. Even if it's a small one, right here is fine. If we can take it deeper, let's go. Taking it as deep as we comfortably can. Make sure not to drop the chest if your leg is staying down. So once we can lift the chest, once the leg is at about the same level as your upper body, then maybe you can start dropping down a little, lifting the leg higher, and we're going back, 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 finding our way back to warrior one. To that same alignment. Inhale, exhale, quarter turn to your right. Finding alignment here, shoulders right over the hips, back leg nice and strong. Gazing to the middle finger of the front hand. Breathing here, 3 more breaths, 3, 2, sit even lower. And one, straighten the front leg. Inhale, shorten the stance slightly. Exhale, right hand reaches back, left one over your ear. Breathe right here. Really lengthening through that left side. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, rebend the knee. Back to warrior two. Widen the stance. Exhale, left arm to thigh. Right arm over the ear, making one long line. 45-degree angle from the edge of the right foot to the fingertips. Palm facing inward. Pinky finger down. Gaze towards the hand. If you like, take that left hand down, pressing the knee into the shoulder, shoulder into the knee. Lengthen through that right side. And breathe. Energize that back leg as much as you can. 3, 2, and 1. Frame the foot, face forward. Inhale. Exhale, step back for one last set of push-ups. 5 or 6 or less, or just hold plank. And then do 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Inhale at the top. Exhale, shift forward and bring yourself all the way down. Exhale. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Take an inhale into cobra. Bend the knees, bring the feet up one at a time towards the head. Shifting from side to side. See if you can deepen that opening. Maybe bring both up and stay here for a couple breaths. And let's take a child's pose. Connecting toes, opening knees, moving back to the back of the mat. Taking 3 long, delicious breaths here. Slowly lifting it back up. Toe force, tucking the toes, moving back to downward dog. Holding those heels down from the ground or as close as we can, chest long. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, bring the belly to the thighs. Remember, you're going to push forward and take a small hop either to the middle or all the way to the top of the mat. Stay right here. Feet are hip width apart. Catch the big toes, middle and index fingers like so. So palms facing each other. Inhale, lengthen as much as you can, looking forward, extending through the crown of the head and the tailbone. If it's too difficult to reach, knees can be bent. Inhale, exhale, fold. Belly to the thighs, chest to the knees, head all the way down. Engage those shoulders, move them away from the ears, elbows move out. And breathe. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, slide those palms underneath the feet, so stepping. Feet on top, the hands, thumbs towards the front of the palm, inside of the palm facing up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold the same way, belly and chest. Bring them to the legs, forehead or head down. Move those elbows and shoulders out. 4 more deep breaths. Inhale and exhale completely. 2, 3, 1 more breath. And 4. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, catch the hips. Inhale, lift all the way up to standing. Hands stay on the lower back. Feet stay hip width apart. Gentle back bend. Pushing the hips forward, opening up. Squeezing those shoulder blades. If you can bring the palms to the back of your thighs to deepen the opening. And breathe. Inhale, slowly lift up. Find a neutral spine. Roll those shoulders out. Do we need another water break?
Yeah.
Let's do another water break. 1 minute water break.
Oh, sun trees. It's a paradise. Trees.
Yes, we have perfect paradise weather. Sorry for everyone who doesn't. We're lucky now. It's not hot in Florida, and it's, I would say, unusually cool for me, no?
Yeah.
I think so. It's unusually cool. It's like just upper 70s. We're so lucky. It's not the Florida summer steamer hell yet. We're gonna be stepping apart for the next part. So stepping our feet wide apart, toes facing forward, parallel to each other, hands on the lower back like this. I'm just gonna do kind of half sideways. And we're gonna inhale, push the hips slightly forward, do another gentle back bend. As we exhale, start hinging forward. Hinge right at your hip flexors. Reach, 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 reach. Palms come down, right under your shoulders. Inhale as you lengthen the spine and look forward. Exhale, start walking those hands under. I'm gonna do something crazy today, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So I'm gonna do a tripod. Maybe it's not that crazy, but crazy for if you haven't tried it before. So you can stay where you are, or if you have tripod in your practice, go with me. Because I want to go upside down.
Julia, we admire you.
We'll work on it. Maybe we'll do a special practice on the tripod or something.
Take another year.
Wherever you are, just stay. Take some deep breaths. Head reaching under. If you're in your tripod headstand, you can slowly begin to come back to where everybody else is here. Bring that head under as deep as you can. Inhale, walk those hands out to the front. And do a wide-legged prasarita. Sorry, that wide-legged downward dog. Lengthen those arms, chest to the ground. Hang out here for 3 deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Walk those hands back under the shoulders, lift the chest. Before we lift, we turn the toes out, bend the knees. Come down to a squat here like this, a wide-legged squat. Your second position, plie, grand plie, and hang out here for a few breaths. Just opening through that chest. Let's connect the palms, cross those thumbs once again, hook them, lift those arms, and hang out right here. Exhale, start reaching forward, bending even lower, reaching the chest forward, and maybe coming all the way down to the ground. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, reaching all the way down.
It's a nice move.
Inhaling, lifting up. Another crazy move. Exhale, reach down. Inhale, lift it back up. And last time, exhale, take it down. Inhale, lift it back up. Open up those arms, elbows towards the waist. Inhale, straighten. Reach the arms up. And exhale, bring the hands to heart. You can step or hop together to the top of the mat. Roll the shoulders out and take a couple of deep breaths. So we'll come to a balance. Let's do something a little different today with balance. Catch your breath, pour all your weight into one leg, doesn't matter which one. I'm going to do my right one, lifting up the left one, and sit a little lower on the right leg, so bend the knee slightly. And we're going to start bringing that left leg over and across, so you can stay right here. You can stay in a little kickstand, putting that foot on the ground. Or if your feet and your ankles are flexible, you can wrap that foot around. Then open up the arms. Inhale. So if your left leg is on top, right is on top. Right arm is on top. Crossing the elbows, crossing the wrists, pressing the palms together, lining up elbows and knees in the front. Moving those arms a little forward and see if we can sit a little lower. Ultimately, I'm coming to where my elbows are right next to my knees. Gaze is focused. And breathe. 4 more deep breaths. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release and fold. Lift those arms up. Take a gentle back bend. Exhale, release the arms through the sides. Roll the shoulders out. Shake out the legs. Move around. Loosen up before we go to the other side. So let's transfer all the weight into the left leg. Lifting up the right. Just lifting up that knee. Finding our balance here. You can see, remember, you can always hold the wall if you just want to work on that wrap, on that bind. So keeping that right leg moving across, sitting even lower, and then either bring it to a kickstand, or you're gonna do a little turn to the left side and maybe tuck that foot around the ankle. Lift those arms, right leg on top. That means the left arm is on top, the opposite one. Crossing the elbows, crossing the wrists if possible, ultimately connecting the palms any way we can. Aligning the elbows and knees facing the front. Bring those arms slightly forward, gaze focused in the front, elbows come as close to the knees as we can, and breathe. 3, 2, and squeeze even more, start lifting out of it, and 1, release. Open up. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms. Exhale, separate the feet about hip or mat width apart, slightly wider than the hips actually. Take an inhale here, we're coming down to Malasana squat. Exhale, if your hips are not too open, elbows stay on top of the knees. If you can, drop those hips down, elbows inside the knees. Pressing knees into the elbows into the knees, palms pressed together, chest slipped. And we breathe here and listen to birds. Lifting the chest even higher, then drop the forehead onto thumb knuckles, like so, just resting right there. And use your hands to let yourself come down to the ground, to seated, feet together, knees open. My favorite Baddha Konasana, can't do without it. Outer edges touch of the feet, inner edges fall out, like a book. Thumbs on the inside, fingers on the outside. Opening your book, sitting up tall, inhaling, lifting the chest. Exhale, start leaning forward. Moving those shoulders back, elbows back, keeping the spine nice and straight. And take some deep breaths. 4. Yes, now it's not the birds, now it's children. They're preparing to play something. I'm not sure what this looks like. Baseball bats or swords. Looks a little wild out there. These people are definitely coming out and starting to just be outside more. Parks are full. One more deep breath here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, now we're around the back. Do the same thing here, just diving forward with a rounded back. Forehead 2, feet. Bring yourself as deep as you can, deep down as you can. And 3 breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly unfold. Inhale, lift up. I'm going to lift my left shin in front of the mat, at the front of the mat, and shift my right leg back. So any way that works for you. I'm finding my alignment, so for better visibility, you can face the front. We're coming to half pigeon. So our front shin is almost parallel to the top of the mat. Never works exactly like that, so at an angle is fine. As long as you can keep both hips down. You can always bring something under the left hip if you have something near you. Pillow, blanket, clothes, a jacket, whatever you have, a block. Lift up the chest. Take the weight out of the hands as much as possible. And let's hang out here without coming down first. You can stay here, or you can play with me, moving towards King Pigeon. Bending that right leg in the back and maybe just finding your foot. That may be enough. If you can keep hips down. If they're coming up, don't do anything more. If your hips really come up and you're up here, that's enough. We're just opening that hip flexor. If you feel like pretty comfortable, put that foot into the crook of the elbow. If you're comfortable there, we're doing this crazy shoulder flip here. So we're catching the foot like this. Thumb is on the inside, pinky finger on the outside. And maybe do that shoulder flip. You don't have to at all. I'm just feeling a little adventurous today. Wherever you are, take 3 more breaths. Holding it here. 3, 2, and 1. Important to let it go gradually. And we're gonna walk out in front of the leg, bring our belly, chest and forehead down. Taking a break here. Resting for a couple more breaths. Slowing down our practice, slowing down the breath. Attention inward to the sensations. And slowly lift yourself back up. Inhale. Lift up through the chest or the spine. And then Lena's favorite, we roll over to the left hip. And bring our right foot around to the front. Bring it to the outside of the left knee. Set it down so that the approximately on the same line, the toes and the knee. Right hand behind us, right at the center line of the body. Left arm lifts, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach it diagonally. We're gonna bring it to hug that knee. So we bring it into the armpit like this. And then bring it across the chest to the back. Inhaling, sitting nice and tall on the exhale, twisting deep. Sorry, inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist deep. If you want to go deeper, inhale, exhale, reach that arm on the outside of the knee, thumb facing down. And we start bending that elbow, sliding that arm underneath, and maybe reaching the other hand for a bind. Doesn't have to be at all, but it's possible. It's possible to do even more. I've lost most of what I had because I didn't practice the really crazy things. It's all fine. Just take a few more deep breaths. Don't get hung up on achievement. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, untwist. Let's take the opposite twist. Just turning our body to the other side, unwinding. Inhale, face forward, release both legs. Let's go for Navasana. Balancing on the tailbone, starting with the legs just floating over the ground. Maybe releasing one arm out at a time, maybe straightening both legs and hold. Let's take this one nice and long. We'll take 7 long breaths. 7, 6, 5, smile, 4. Oh, everyone's so happy. I can look around. 3, 2, and 1. Half Navasana if you can, or rest. Half Navasana is shoulder blades off the ground, feet are off the ground, and we'll take just 5 breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it back up, cross those ankles, and let's move through downward dog. We'll just come to the other side from here. Just taking a little break, kind of wiping the slate clean, taking our downward dog here. And I'm going to turn around for better visibility. We're just stepping that right foot forward, setting it down at the top of the mat. Again, shin kind of at a 45-degree angle through the front edge of the mat, lowering our hips down. If we need to find something under the right hip, place something there. Otherwise, just lift the chin. And you can stay right here and not go anywhere from here if that feels good. Otherwise, bend that back leg, reach the left hand down. See if you can catch it. So we were doing that in other positions, catching that left foot. So same thing here. Then maybe slide it into the crook of the elbow if your hips are still down and you don't have this thing happening or falling over too far on one side. And then again, we can do the crazy thing with the shoulder turn. Thumb goes towards your foot, pinky fingered out, palm facing up, catching the edge of the foot or the toes, and flipping.
Next time.
Yes, we'll work on that.
Next time.
3 more breaths, wherever we are. 3, 2, and 1. Release, and reach forward, letting go. Take 5 breaths right there. There's our bird when we need it for accompaniment. Oh, there it is. Good. Different bird. Couple more breaths right there. Letting go. Feeling that right hip opening up. Slowly, slowly bring yourself back up. Inhale, roll over to the right hip. Bring the left foot around to the outside of the right knee, lining them up the toes and the knee. Left hand behind you, right in line with your tailbone, on the fingertips so you can sit tall. Right arm lifts, inhale. Exhale, first just focus on hugging that knee in. Bring that armpit close to the knee. Hug. And straighten. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist deep, opening up the chest, the shoulders. 3 more deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. And you can repeat that, or you can focus on deepening. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, now bring that armpit and the shoulder to the outside of the knee, as close together as you can. Thumb down, bending that elbow, moving with your other hand if you like. Sliding behind you, maybe finding the other hand, opening up the chest. Hold your twist, a couple more breaths. Again, inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, twisting deeper. Inhale and twist it forward. And take the opposite twist. Let's go back to the front, returning to our core. Doing something different on this side. Starting with the balance once again. Knees into the chest, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale here. As we exhale, let's straighten to half boat or to canoe. Inhale. Exhale, bring everything in, hug those legs. And go like this a few more times. 8 rather. 7, 6, 5, just warming up the core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. A short balance right here. You can take the arms out or keep them under the shins. Keep the legs straight or bent. Couple more breaths here. And slowly, slowly roll it. We'll take it down. We're going to stay right here. Elbows behind the head. Knees bent. We'll start with the knees just staying here, 90 degrees over us. As we exhale, bring the elbows and knees together, rolling up into a ball, tucking, lifting the shoulders off the ground. As we exhale, open those knees, open the elbows, and hover just an inch off the ground. Inhale, exhale, contract into a ball. Inhale, open up. Exhale, contract into a ball. 8 more from here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Hold that contraction for a moment. Hold, 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 and slowly release. Bring those feet down. Keep the knees bent. Take the arms out to a 90-degree angle, rather to a T shape. Lift those knees. Inhale, float them over the hips. Exhale, drop them over to one side. Keep the shoulders down. Inhale, bring them back to center. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale over to one side. Inhale, back to center. Keep going like this. Exhale to the other side. Inhale to center. Exhale to one side. Turning the head away to the opposite side. Inhale to center. Exhale, knees to one side, head to the other. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to one side, head to the other. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the other side. Inhale, center. One last time. Exhale, one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, the other side. Inhale, center. Lift those legs up. Straighten them out. Just keep them 90 degrees. Lift those arms off the ground.
of those leaves on me. Lift the chest and shoulders, lifting the tailbone of the ground, lifting the feet like you're trying to stand on the ceiling, or in our case, in the trees above us. Hold, 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 hold. Exhale, hands behind your head, and slowly lower those legs down with control. Take a couple more counts to take them down, and touch the ground, relax, and inhale. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, legs 90 degrees. Exhale, lift the shoulders and the hips, lifting the feet high, lifting the head off the ground, touching those toes. Couple more breaths holding here. Exhale, hands behind your head, and slowly with control, take them down. Even slower than the last time. 5 more counts. 5, 4, somebody's too fast. 3, 2, and 1. Release for a moment. Just one last set of that. Legs 90 degrees up. Lift hips, lift shoulders, lift hands towards the feet. 5 breaths here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands behind the head. Lower down for 7, 6, 5, 4. Very slowly. 3, 2, and touch. The last one. Relax. Take a deep, deep breath. Doing nothing for a moment. Stretching out. Lengthening. Exhale. Arms alongside your body. Tuck those shoulder blades under. Bend the knees. Feet close to the hips. And slowly begin to lift the hips up. The bridge. Thighs stay parallel. Hip width apart. Energizing through the quads. Lifting higher. If you like, interlace fingers. Split shoulder blades together underneath you. And keep lifting higher. 5 more breaths here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the shoulder blades. Upper back comes down first. Center of the back. Belly, or rather lower back, hips, and relax. Keep the knees bent. Stay here for a moment. We're going for another round of that, or for full Dhanurasana, for standing bow. So whatever you're up to, if you're doing standing version, then take the hands so that the fingertips are pointing towards your shoulders. Blend them down around your ears. Fingers by your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. You can start by lifting hips, then pressing into the hands. Gradually lifting the head, and then straightening out. If it's in your practice, if it feels like you got some freedom, start walking the hands a little more towards the feet. Keep those knees and feet aligned, preferably not wider than the mat. And breathe. 3 more breaths. If usually in the process, you can see if you can deepen it any more once the body gets settled into it. Couple more breaths. And if you're holding it, you can lower down gradually, bending the elbows, head touching, then tucking the chin. Bring yourself all the way back down. And bring your knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Giving yourself a hug. Stay here for a moment. You're going to lift those legs, and you can either stay here and rest with legs 90 degrees up, or you can rock all the way into shoulder stand. Let's do another inversion. We'll leave it to our first inversion first. And take some time right there. Feet over the face. Beautiful. Looks like a forest of trees behind you. Working to bring those feet right above the nose, right above the face, approximately. Stay relaxed, by core engaged, legs engaged. And see if you can start dropping it down into plow. Hips go slightly forward to the front of the mat, and feet start dropping behind you. Maybe right here, halfway to the end of the plow. Or you may be touching the ground. Touching the ground is easy. Bring the tops of the feet down. If that's easy, release the arms, interlace fingers. Rest them into the mat. And a few deep breaths right here. Slowly begin to unfold from wherever you are. I like to unfold first into reverse Paschimottanasana, kind of like you're taking a forward fold here, and then lower down the legs gradually. Bring it all the way down, and one counter pose to that. So lifting on your forearms. Remember, we're going to be taking the crown of the head down. If it doesn't reach down, means we're not close enough to the back of the mat. Then we need to scoot back. And once you scoot back enough, you can open up the chest and bring the crown of the head down. So move back. Move back. Or arms forward, rather. Can you demonstrate, maybe? Move the chest back. And then start dropping the head down. More. Once you touch the ground, you're right there. Staying in our Matsyasana for 5 more deep breaths. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the head, look forward towards the toes, release those forearms from under you, and take another deep stretch. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, one knee into the chest, give it a hug and a squeeze. The other leg stays down on the ground, nicely energized, and take it into a spinal twist. Taking the knee to the opposite side, keeping both shoulders down on the ground. If your right knee is moving to the left, keep the right shoulder down, and vice versa. Taking the gaze to the right. Couple more deep breaths here. Back to center. Release that leg. And take the other knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze, a hug. The other leg stays energized. Hold. And then take it into the twist to the opposite side. Opposite shoulder stays down. Turn the head away. Deep breath, settling down, calming down. Come into stillness, gradually back to the center. You can take one last stretch, inhale. And we've got a couple options. You can stay down in your usual Shavasana, or you can come to an easy seated position. So we'll take a little brief meditation for just a couple minutes of doing nothing and breathing. So whether you're sitting up or lying down, come to stillness. If you're sitting up, again, feel like you're rising tall, but staying relaxed at the same time. Feel the ground underneath the hips. Feel the clothes touching your body, the feel of the fabric, feel of the air on your skin. Feeling the air exiting and entering your nostrils. Cooler air when you're inhaling. Warmer when you exhale. Now focus on all sounds. Everything you hear. We got the bird again. Got some human voices, some traffic in the distance. We may have something else. Just make it all part of the music you hear.
Notice if there's any smells around you. Shifting attention to the sense of smell. Making them part of the practice, part of the experience. And shifting to the sense of taste. Just keeping your attention on that for a few seconds. And then switching to the sense of sight. You can keep your eyes closed and just focus on what you can see with the eyes closed, and you can open the eyes and just let the sense of sight be flooded. Just looking at whatever you see in front of you without any story, without describing it. Just a play of light and shadows and color. And then just experiencing all senses at the same time, along with whatever thoughts and emotions are together with all that. If you're lying down and you're practicing with us, if you'd like to lift up, come back to seated, you're welcome to do that. Or you can stay. I'm going to close the practice. Slowly reaching the arms up above the head. Inhale. Exhale, touch the forehead, the lips, and the heart. Gentle bow towards yourself, towards the inner teacher, towards our experience as a teacher, towards the people around us as our teachers.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you teachers too. Thank you everyone who was with us. And have a good day or evening from wherever you're watching.